Welcome back to the channel. Jill here from Ask a Vet Tech. We are going to be talking about egg-laying chickens today and how to tell if they're laying eggs or not. We are going to look at the age, the breeds, and the physical condition today and talk about what chickens are laying today and what ones are not. I will have great visuals for you and I will be using my own chickens for this. Let's jump right in. Age is a big contributor. At what age do chickens first start laying eggs? Well, that depends on a few factors. Age, breed, and if they're a fancy chicken, like an ornamental chicken or a barnyard chicken. Pullets or chickens younger than 16 weeks are not ready to lay an egg yet. The point of lay can vary greatly from breed to breed. For an example, a sex-linked pullet is likely to start laying around 16 weeks, while Buff Orpingtons and Copper Morans and several other breeds may not start laying until 20 weeks or so, or some even longer. So be sure to find out the typical point of lay for your breeds. How can you tell when a pullet is approaching egg laying? Her comb and wattles will get larger and redder. Some hens' legs turn red in color as well. My Buff Orpington does this. She may be restless and move from nest to nest looking for the right spot. The rooster will start to pay her some extra attention. She will start squatting when you attempt to touch her, and her wings will kind of go out slightly like this. Your hen will start to seek out dark and quiet places. She will become more vocal, especially while in or near the nesting box. And she may be very distracted right before she lays an egg. She will be active, bright, and alert. Her first eggs might be laid in weird places, so keep a lookout for them. Her first few eggs may be oddly shaped, small, and have erratic timing, but once she gets the hang of it, she'll be a good layer for you. She will not be up to full speed, per se, until around 30 weeks or so. If this is your first batch of hens, you may need to confine them to a coop and a run, and not let them run free for a couple weeks to get them used to laying eggs in the nesting box. Now, older hens. Hens older than 1 year should continue to lay for at least another 6 months to a couple years, depending on the breed. You can tell if she's laying by a quick physical examination and observation. First, we're going to start by looking at her feathers. In observing your hen, she will likely have some worn out feathers, especially if there's a rooster around. Feathers on her back may become broken or rumpled because of breeding. She might even be missing some up by her comb, because that's where he grabs a hold. This should tell you that her body is being devoted to egg making and not feather making. Replacing feathers takes a lot of energy and protein, and so does the egg production. It's one or the other. Her comb and wattles should appear red and full. If they're dull and shrunken and light colored, that hen is likely not laying. A physical exam should give you a little more information. Pick her up gently, tuck her through your arm facing backwards, the hen, not you. And we're going to check the vent. Now you can get a clear look at her vent. A laying hen will have a clean, pink, moist vent with about an inch diameter for large breeds, or the size of a quarter. If a vent is small, dry, and pale, she's not laying at this time. Next is feeling for the space between the pubic bones and the vent. The pubic bones lie on either side of the vent about 9 and 3 o'clock if you're looking at a clock. You should feel 2 pointy bones on either side at a distance of about 3 finger widths apart. If the gap is smaller than that, she's mostly not laying eggs. The distance between the vent and the keel bone should be around 4 finger widths. The position of your fingers should be 12 and 6 o'clock for this. Space is relative to chicken size versus human finger size. With practice and experience, you'll get the hang of it. If all signs point toward your hen's laying, but you have few eggs, make sure she doesn't have a secret stash somewhere. If they're free range, watch them carefully to see if they disappear for a while and then return to the flock. Without a doubt, some birds are more secretive than others about where they lay their eggs. Some think it's fun to make you look for them. More than a few keepers have thought that they had lost a hen, only to have them return a few weeks later with a bunch of chicks in tow. After your chicken has been laying for about a year, they're going to go into a molt. Molting can definitely take a hit on your egg laying production. They switch over from laying eggs to growing feathers, and that's what a molt is. They will lose all of their old feathers and they will get replaced by new bright, beautiful ones that will keep them warm throughout the winter. The fall time is when they molt, which doesn't seem ideal heading into winter, but that's just when it happens. There is a way to trap your chicken into a nest to see if she's laying or not. Trap nesting is usually done with breeding hens, but can be used to check to see who's laying or not. If you have a large number of hens and limited nesting boxes, you may have to spend time checking regularly to see who's laid. They make this trap nest device that can be fitted to the front of a standard nesting box fairly easily. Once a hen enters the nest, the gate shuts behind her, trapping her in. I usually use a dog crate or other kind of pen to see if they're laying an egg. If you pen them up for 2 days and you get no egg, then you know they're not laying. The egg laying cycle is roughly 1 egg every 24 to 26 hours. Want more access to me for your questions and exclusive video content? I offer memberships where you get access to my life, the behind the scenes, the early access to everything I create. I would love to have you over there. There's a link below that gives you this. You now have at least 3 different ways to check which hens are laying and which are not. Now that you've figured out which hens are not laying, you can figure out why. Sometimes you need to be a detective to find out why your hens aren't laying. You may have to go through each and every likely scenario before discovering why. If it is simply because your hen is old, there really isn't much to be done, except for buy some new pullets and start a new flock. If you haven't already, please consider hitting the subscribe button, the like button, and share it off with a friend. Any bit of support you can give me is amazing, and I really appreciate it. I hope you found value in this video today, and remember, I'm here for you, you're here for your pets. Have a nice day.